Hey guys, I'm Lou, and in today's video I am going to be reviewing Dial A For Aunties by Jesse Sutanto. An advanced reader copy was provided to me by the publisher on NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. This will be a spoiler-free book review. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Now for the summary. Wedding photographer Medi Chan has always wanted to make her overbearing family happy, and there's nothing more they want than to see Medi happily married. But when Medi accidentally kills her blind date that they have set her up on, she calls her meddlesome aunts to help her. Although hiding a dead body will be harder than they thought, especially when their family business has their biggest event yet. And at a hotel where Medi's ex-boyfriend Nathan happens to manage, he was the one that got away. It's really hard for me to put into words just how much I love this book and to be able to explain all the things that I love about it, because honestly, I loved every aspect about this book. I mean, I'm still gonna try and explain it to you guys, so hopefully you can feel my love through this video. Let's start at the very beginning. Why I requested this book from NetGalley. I requested this book because of three main reasons. Number one, what drew me in was the cover. I love the illustrated style that this book has, and honestly, if any book has a similar style like this, I am pretty much guaranteed to pick it up. I'm just such a sucker for how cute and adorable but also amazing that they look. The cover made me intrigued enough to read the summary, and then once I read the summary, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna request this book and hope for the best. I was going to read this book no matter what, and I'm just very thankful that I was able to get it as an ARC, and now I can promote the hell out of it on my channel. Second point is that this book sounded really cool. I wanted to figure out how the contemporary romance aspect would blend with the mystery, thriller, murder, cover-up. Those sorts of genres don't typically go together or go together well, but this book managed to achieve that. Also, the book summary reminded me a bit of the movie Death at a Funeral, and I really loved that movie, so I was like, let's hope that this book has the same feelings. Yeah. Third point, Asian representation. Asian author writing an Asian story. Yes, 99.99% sure I am going to be reading that book. Plus, whenever I receive advanced reader copies by Asian authors, I want to do my part and promote the book. Raise awareness, hopefully promote sales. Kind of hoping that I've done that. This book is mainly a plot-based book, and it was the best. This book is the definition of a page turner. I read this book in 3 sittings. I did not want to stop reading this book because I had to find out what happened next. After the first 10%, when the book has finished establishing the characters and the plot, that's when it starts to get fast-paced and it starts being really fast. I mean, the majority of this book happens at a wedding, so you can imagine just how chaotic this book is, even without the whole disposal of a corpse during a wedding aspect. And they're trying to do that discreetly. All of the twists and turns made the main characters, and specifically Medi, such a chaotic mess, and I loved seeing myself be represented in that, because honestly, me and Medi would be spirit animals if I ever had to dispose of a corpse. I'd probably be exactly like Medi. And what I especially loved about this book is the fact that the summary, the one that I literally just told you, only really covers the first 10-15% of the book. The rest of the story is a mystery. You have no idea what's going to happen next, and that grips you. You want to find out more, and then all of a sudden you finish the book. So it's not like the summary gives anything away, and you still have a lot of surprises left to read if you do decide to pick this book up. In fact, if I were to spoil this book for you guys, I don't think you would believe me, as in the twists and turns are just like so, they're good, but they're just a bit Like, what? I don't even know if that sounds comprehensible. And when I was reading this book, I was constantly thinking like this would be like a really good movie, and then in the acknowledgements the author says, you know, thank you for Netflix. So it's going to be a Netflix movie, and I'm really intrigued to see that. I've picked out the popcorn flavors I'll be eating. One of my favorite aspects about this book is definitely got to be the humor. This book made me laugh out loud so many times. I noted down at least 4 times where I laughed out loud. It has like a silly humor, and I just really appreciated it, and it really helped me relax. I would definitely define this book as a comfort read. I would really love to talk to you guys about all the things that made me laugh in this book, but then it would be spoilers and you would probably not find it as funny if you were to read it yourself. So please read this book so I can talk to someone about it. Another aspect that I loved about this book was how relatable I found it with my Asian upbringing. You have Medi's background, her family, and her family dynamics. Medi, her mother, and her aunts are all very close. So close that they run their own wedding business with different roles but key and essential to that business. I mean, I love my family, but I don't know if I would survive being in a wedding business with them. On top of that, Medi's aunts are willing to help her dispose of a murdered body. Yeah, they'll criticize her actions, but they'll still help regardless. I honestly don't know if I have anyone in my life that would do that for me. I know my father would like instantly report me to the police. So this book would be like 10% long if it was my life. What I also really enjoyed seeing was how Medi struggled to speak Chinese and Indonesian. Chinese and Indonesian are the languages that her aunts and her mother are fluent in. Medi is only proficient in English, and so whenever she attempts to speak Chinese or Indonesian, her family get annoyed and end up talking to her in English. And it's exactly the situation that it is for me when I speak in Thai to my family. Seeing Medi go through the same things that I do made me really connect to her character. Speaking of characters, Medi is the star of the show. We're following her story so we get to know her best. With that being said, this book is definitely more plot-based than it is character-based. We get to know Medi really well. We understand the relationship that she has with her family, but everybody else is side characters in this story and we don't really get to know them. I personally didn't really mind that because I am far more of a plot-based reader than I am a character-based one. I prefer plots with good twists and fast-paced, and this book has that. I also liked the romance between Medi and Nathan. I do wish that we got to see more of them though, and that we were able to learn more about their past relationship. We do get to see aspects of their past relationship. It was sort of like a flashback highlight reel. I just wanted to know more. However, regardless of my personal wants, the romance was really cute. I enjoyed reading about their past and then what happens to them throughout this book. They kind of are relationship goals. I want to say why, but then it'd be spoilers, but just trust me, they are relationship goals. Please read this book so I can say why they're relationship goals. Overall, if you couldn't tell, I really loved this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend it. In fact, I think this book has the potential to be one of my favorite books of 2021. So if you see this book pop up on that list, act surprised. And I also do think that if you're Asian, you are pretty much almost guaranteed to enjoy this book because you'll relate so heavily to Medi and her family and her life, minus murdering a blind date. So that was my review for Dial A For Aunties. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!